Okay, this is vlog number 2. It is the first interaction. And so basically, I went to Wells. Me and my partner France met at Wells, and we kind of just sat and talked a little bit about like life and everything. And so then we finally got into like the questions, and it was like a little awkward at first, and he was kind of hard to understand, but overall, he gave me really good feedback, which helped me a lot in understanding his culture, my culture. So I really did appreciate it. Basically, I thought we had a lot of similarities when it comes to like every day at least. He would get up, go to his class, take the bus to get to his class. I usually walk, but it's just because I don't have a bus pass. Then go to lunch, take a nap, which we all need, obviously. He has some afternoon classes, and then he would go get dinner, hang out with friends, do homework at the library. So I felt that we had a lot of similarities when it came to like our education and our daily life here at MSU. Along with that, he told me a lot about his comparison of school here compared to back in Thailand. He told me how he went to a private school, so that was a lot different. It's much bigger here. When it comes to high school, they went grade 1 through 12, where I went K through 12, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. He had about 3,000 kids at his school, which is obviously a way bigger difference being here than back at home. But I think coming from a big high school like I did as well really helped me when we came here and better like adapted and everything. He finds the school much bigger, lots of diverse people, which I totally agree with. I think there's so many cultures here, so many things to do. So that's something that's really good that I agree that we have a lot of similarity with. And we also talked about the amount of snow that we get. He said that it's super hot in Thailand and they've never had snow, so coming here was a big difference. And I mean, me being from Chicago, it wasn't much of a difference, but it definitely was something. So there was a lot of differences and similarities that we found in the educational experience here. Some insights that I found interesting about his education was that they really do value like their GPA and all of that stuff. It's really about how well you do in school, where growing up through my school and everything, it was more like try your hardest and not so much GPA. Obviously, that meant a lot when getting into college and stuff, but other than that, it wasn't as big of a difference. Um, I he definitely values his learning and education, which I do as well. I feel like both our cultures really do, which is really cool. And then one thing he talked about that was interesting to me was that how difficult it was learning our language, like our English. So our culture is very different when it comes to language, which is totally fine. For us, it's obviously way easier because we all understand each other, but he said that learning English was very difficult when coming here. And he also talked about how writing papers are really hard, which you never really think about just because growing up in such like not so much a melting pot, but just with like surrounding yourself with people like you, it's much easier to like understand and everything. So you never really think about like how different your language is until you step out of your boundary and take another language. Um, that I found that I learned a lot about my personality with him. I figured we both like the same thing. We both talked about how important education is and like how we really want to graduate and stuff. We both, when it comes to attention, that is something we talked about that I brought up that we learned. We both have a lot going on with activities, clubs, etc. So keeping attention is important. And our conceptual change, our effort is expected, but we try not to expect too much because that way you can never be disappointed. So.